In this week's episode, I want to talk about some of the things that I do before a trade show or conference where I'm speaking that help maximize the use of social media and my activities to get business, to drive business for an event. Now, this is by no means the official way to do it. There are plenty of ways other people do it, but I thought I'd share some things that I do. Number one, before anything else, it's important to have a known outcome, what you want people to do. Most of the time, if you're speaking, you want people to give you some contact information so that you can follow up with them for any kind of business follow-up. The easiest way I have found to do that is to, in advance, have your session, your slides, your audio, your video, all that stuff prepared to the best of your ability so that you have a download page with an easy-to-remember URL for the event. That way, people who are sitting right in your session can immediately get that instant gratification. They fill out the form, they get the thing. A number of my speaking peers like to do the short code SMS, where like text some number to some number to get to sign up for that sort of thing, and that works well too. Although there's rumor that the big telecom providers are going to be putting an end to the virtual versions of those, which means those little short codes will get a lot more expensive beginning in 2019. So you may want to experiment with other methods. So normally what I do is before I talk, I will do a bunch of rehearsals. And usually when I'm down to the final rehearsal, I will take all of my gear with me because I have take with me like my portable audio recorder, this headset, for example, my smartphone, and I will record my final rehearsal, usually in my hotel room. Load that up to YouTube, load the slides into a landing page, put that up, and then redirect the URL. Now, I own two URLs. I own wherecanIgettheslides.com and willtheslides.beavailable.com, but you can pick whatever URL you want. The key thing, the important thing, is to put a redirect on the back end of that you can change from landing page to landing page as each show goes on. That way, you can track, you can assign and track and grab people's contact information in exchange for the downloads. Now, in another thing that the Trust Insights team does is we schedule social days in advance, not just the regular social shares, but show-specific ones. They want to meet with us, things like that. My partner John Wall sets up a HubSpot calendar, a specific calendar just for times to book meetings, and that's going to go out in the newsletter as well. Speaking of which, really important to have everything on the same page. Not literally, but have your email, your social, your on-site, maybe some advertising, all coordinated together so that if someone is at the show or monitoring the show's hashtags, you are taking up as much of the bandwidth as you can within your budget and things so that you appear to be everywhere at the show. Retargeting ads on site, social media ads on the hashtag, your talk. And then as a speaker, I sign up for as much as I possibly can at an event during the time that I'm there. So for example, I headed to the Marketing Pros B2B Forum. I'm going to be doing an all-day Tuesday workshop. I'm going to be doing a Wednesday evening, some fun tarot card reading in the exhibit hall. Thursday morning, I volunteered for a round table. Thursday afternoon is my general session. And of course, breakfast meetings, lunch meetings, dinner meetings. Try and pack the time as much as possible for people so that people can take advantage of the time that you're there, and you can take advantage of, hey, you've paid a lot of money in travel and hotel and tickets. Get something for that money. And so I book the time as much as I possibly can. I figure I can sleep next week. So you've got your air cover, which is all your digital assets. You've got your groundwork, which is you, and maybe a team, may just be you. The holy trinity of a trade show is speaker, sponsor, booth. So the speaker is the person on site. The sponsor is some kind of sponsorship where you get the venue to mention you. And then the booth, the physical location where people can go to engage with you. And it doesn't have to specifically be those things exactly. So you can speak, or you could do things like special salon dinners and stuff. That's especially important at shows like Dreamforce or CES, where you're never going to get a chance to speak to more than a fraction of the audience. So speak to the fraction that you want to speak to with a power breakfast or whatever. Sponsoring obviously can be through the official forum, through the official event, but it can also be unofficial as well. Spending money on paid ads and things just so you get that visibility while the event is going on is one way. And then booth. Again, the third thing there is, yes, if you can afford it, a trade show booth on the floor is one of the better ways to give you an anchor point where people can go to meet you. If you can't do that for one reason or another, there are other options for a physical location where people can meet up with you. It could be specific times and dates in the event coffee shop. It could be, again, those salon dinners, things like that. But whatever it is, you need the content that the attendees are going to see. You need the air cover visibility, and you need a physical location in order to make the most of a trade show, in order to get the most out of it. The worst thing you can do with a trade show is just kind of show up and hope something happens, because very rarely does something ever just spontaneously happen. You generally have to engineer a lot of engineer coincidences, if you will. If you know that a certain company is going to be there and you really want to talk to that company, do your homework, figure out who's going to be there in advance, do your research, and then try to without being creepy, make as many sit-down lunches and panels and roundtables and whatever else you can do to show up where and when you want to be seen by the companies you want to do business with. The last two things, and I say this in the newsletter, so if you read this in the newsletter before watching this video, thank you, is make sure you go with an open mind, because trade shows, every now and again, you're going to find some amazing stuff. And go with a burning question. This is something that I learned from my martial arts teacher. The burning question is something that you absolutely must get an answer to, but it's something that you can ask a lot of people. So, for example, a bad question would be like, I want to make Facebook work better for me. Well, I mean, you can get a lot of answers about that, but if you're very specific, I need to improve my Facebook page conversion rate by 25% with a budget of $500, what would you do? Go and ask a whole bunch of people that, and you're going to come away with a whole book of answers that you can use to achieve that goal. And that burning question is one you ask everybody that you can, whenever you sit down for lunch, whenever you're at the bar for drinks, whatever the case is, you get as many answers as you can for that question. So that's this week's Do Something With Your Marketing. Planning for events, air cover, ground game. Your ground game has the three parts, the content, the awareness, and the physical location, and what you need to go to with an event, an open mind, and that burning question. Thanks for watching. Please leave your comments in the comments below and subscribe to the YouTube channel and the newsletter. I'll talk to you soon. And if you're going to be at Marketing Profits B2B Forum, come up and say hi.
Want help solving your company's data, analytics, and digital marketing problems? Visit trustinsights.ai today and let us know how we can help you.